Hello, and welcome to this week's market summary for all things money. Let's take a look at how the week ended up here. This market summary is concluding the week ending on May 30th of 2025. The S&P 500 ends with a weekly rise, and it was the largest monthly gain since November of 2023. If we look at where the session closed today, it was at 5,911.69. That pushed May. It's increased to 6.2% for the month, and the index is now up a 0.5% positive for the year. The market does continue to fluctuate back and forth with Trump trade policies, and this afternoon, President Trump announced and accused China of violating its trade deal with the United States. So we'll see how that plays out over the weekend here, how that plays out in the markets on Monday morning, and we'll see what that has for an effect on anything in that regard. If we go on to the actual markets and take a look at the markets, let's start with the SPY here and kind of talk through what has been happening. We see the market is on an upwards trajectory here, which is kind of nice because it's kind of playing into three different things here that I see. We got this one zigzag pattern that would have a completion of the C wave here at the 1.68.8% level. There's also congruency of the downside of the lower side of the tap box here, and also this wave 5 high from before. And if that's taken out, this wave 5 high before, this is all going to relabel and we're going to be on a bullish run again. I do see this happening over the coming weeks, but we'll see how fast it plays out regarding everything. We are sitting here on the 10-day moving average holding, which is pretty nice. We are above all major moving averages, indicating a bullish signal to the upside. And the only downside I see is a little bit of backwardation here with oscillator, that we're not seeing as much upward momentum as we had seen just a week or so ago. Let's go on to the DIA, kind of show that a little bit. You see kind of a very similar pattern, a breakout pattern here of the triangle to the upside. We see this also holding the moving averages. I do see this potentially moving higher. It's hard to say how fast this will take place. We do see some resistance up here about the 450 level, and we also see potentially, if we have any sort of downside again, we see about the 375 range that potentially could drop to. If we go to, let's go to QQQs first. Kind of mimics the NASDAQ here. We also see a very similar pattern to the upside. We did break nicely out of this triangle. We've had that measured move to the upside, which looks like is kind of nearing its completion right now. So don't be surprised if this comes back down, kind of tests the moving averages here to the downside, find some support before we actually go back up to the wave 5 high. So just kind of keep that in mind. We will see how that all plays out here in the coming weeks. If we go on to the small caps, the IWM is also showing a little bit more downside risk. We have made a series of bounces off the 200-day moving average, acting as kind of a big ceiling here. And unless we can break through this, it's indicating that it wants to come back down to the low down here, which is kind of going against everything else that the rest of the market is telling us. So let's hope this wave itself corrects itself and moves a little bit higher over the coming weeks versus to the downside. If we go on to the bond market, the bond market is showing us that the move has been to the upside, and when we see that move to the upside, the rates and the yields are coming down because that's inverse. So if we do see this moving up, that would potentially be good for the stock market. If we go on to the VIX is showing us that we are pretty lack of fear, for a better word here, because we're hovering right around the 18 0.57 mark as of the end of today. If we go much lower, that would be probably bullish, but this algorithm is still kind of calculating that we could have a move higher to the 55 area here, which is calculating more fear coming into the market, which would add to the downside. So keep that in the back of your mind when you make up your trading plan. If we go to gold, the GLD, you can see that it's kind of hovering in a sideways pattern here. It's bouncing back and forth within this bigger triangle, and triangles will break out either to the upside or downside. I am kind of leaning more towards the upside than the downside, but we will see and time will tell. Silver, if we look on the other side of the fence here with silver, usually that follows gold. So if that's the case, silver has some catching up to do to the upside. But if silver, or if gold's going to follow silver, it could actually come back down. Gold could come back down, kind of meet where silver is here. But silver, in my opinion, should be going up to meet with gold. But usually the market doesn't do what I want it to do. It does what it wants to do. So just kind of keep that in the mind when you're making any trading decisions. If we go on to the USO, which is oil, we see that it's been hovering here to the downside, kind of in a sideways pattern, bouncing back and forth between this triangle. That oftentimes will mean an upwards or downside break, and a measured move according to what the backside of this triangle is, either up or down. I see this potentially going higher, but time will tell as that plays out too, which way we're going to go in that regard. If you'd like to see us go over any specific stocks, please place them in the comments below, and we'll go over them in next week's weekly market summary. Let's take one last look at the dollar here before we wrap this summary up. We can see that the dollar has been kind of having a little bit of sideways movement here. It is kind of stabilized from this downward plunge. I'm okay with it being around this area, maybe a little bit higher in the coming weeks. I just don't want to see this fall out of bed or go super high. So if we can kind of hover right in this area, everything should be good to go for the markets. Like I said, please help us reach the 3,000 subscriber goal. We don't have very much further to go to get there, so please like, subscribe, pass this message on if you found a value, and we will catch you next Friday in our next market summary. Until then, have a great trading week.
As always, do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel, All Things Money, to see more content like this.